I bet you didn't know how enchanting witchcraft can be. I'm Tristan, your guide on this mystical journey. From spellwork and intuition to the ethics of intent, we'll explore every facet of witchcraft together. Whether you're a curious beginner or a seasoned practitioner, there's something here for you. Subscribe now and embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment. Ready to unlock the mysteries of witchcraft? Let's get started. Throughout history, the figure of the witch has been both feared and misunderstood. Central to many stories and myths are the familiars, supernatural animals believed to assist witches in their magical practices and serve as protectors or spies. These familiars, often animals like cats, dogs, and crows, carry rich symbolic and cultural significance that reveals much about human perceptions of magic, nature, and loyalty. The concept of familiars dates back to medieval Europe, although similar ideas appeared in earlier cultures. During the Middle Ages and the early modern period, fears of witchcraft led to widespread persecutions. People believed that witches made pacts with supernatural entities, familiars, that provided them with power and knowledge. Familiars were often thought to take on the form of animals. Cats and dogs, as common companion animals, have deeply woven themselves into human cultures and spiritual beliefs, carrying a wide array of symbolic meanings, both positive and negative. Their unique characteristics and relationships with humans contribute to these diverse interpretations. Here's a look at the spiritual meanings of cats and dogs. Cats are often seen as enigmatic and independent creatures, which, leads to a spectrum of symbolic interpretations. Cats are highly intuitive animals, often appearing to sense things beyond human perception. Spiritually, they can represent heightened intuition, psychic abilities, and the mysteries of the unseen world. They encourage you to trust your gut feelings. Cats are known for their self-sufficient nature. They symbolize the importance of personal freedom, self-reliance, and finding your own path. A cat appearing in your life might be a reminder to embrace your individuality and not rely too heavily on others. In many cultures, particularly ancient Egypt, cats were revered as sacred protectors, guarding homes against evil spirits and bringing good fortune. A cat in your home can be seen as a spiritual guardian. Cats are agile and adaptable creatures. They can symbolize the ability to navigate change with grace and to land on your feet even after difficulties. Due to their grace and often nocturnal habits, cats are sometimes associated with feminine energy, the moon, and creativity. They can inspire you to explore your creative side and embrace your feminine intuition. Some people, believe that cats can absorb negative energy from their environment or even from people, acting as natural healers or energy purifiers. A cat's ability to be both fiercely independent and yet affectionate can, in a way, symbolize the need for balance in one's life, balancing solitude with social connection. In some historical periods, particularly in medieval Europe, cats, especially black cats, were associated with witchcraft, evil, and bad luck. This perception often came from their nocturnal habits, independent nature, and I suppose the superstitious fears of the time. Also, due to their cunning hunting skills and sometimes aloof nature, cats can be seen as symbols of trickery, hidden motives, or even betrayal in certain folklore. While their independence is often seen as something positive, it can, also be interpreted negatively as selfishness or perhaps a lack of genuine connection. For some people, the silent, watchful nature of a cat can feel a bit unnerving, leading to associations with secrets or, the unknown. Dogs, often called man's best friend, are widely loved for their loyalty and companionship, which leads to predominantly positive spiritual associations. This is arguably the most prominent spiritual meaning of dogs. They symbolize unwavering faithfulness, devotion, and unconditional love, both in relationships with others and in self-love. Dogs also represent the value of true friendship, support, and the joy of shared experiences. They can remind you to nurture your relationships and, be a reliable friend to others. And historically and spiritually, dogs are seen as protectors, guarding their human companions from harm, both physical and spiritual. They can represent a guiding presence, leading you through difficult times. Many working dogs exemplify dedication and self-sacrifice. Spiritually, they can inspire you to be of service to others and to act with integrity and courage. Dogs often embody pure joy, enthusiasm, and living in the moment. They can be a reminder to embrace life with a light heart. Find happiness in simple things and, honestly, reconnect with your inner child. Intuition and awareness, are often linked to dogs, as they're believed to have a strong sense of intuition. Many people say that dogs can sense danger or even the true nature of people around them. There are actually some beliefs that dogs have the ability to discern between good and evil spirits. On the flip side, the presence of dogs is well known to provide comfort, reduce stress, and even aid in emotional healing. Spiritually speaking, they can really represent a source of comfort and emotional well-being. Now, when it comes to negative spiritual meanings, dogs can also have a different side. In some ancient or biblical texts, for example, dogs referred to wild, scavenging animals. These were often associated with uncleanness, aggression, or even those considered outside the community. It's important to remember, though, that this is less about our domesticated pets and more about their wild counterparts. An aggressive dog, especially in a spiritual context like a dream, might actually symbolize uncontrolled instincts, anger, or that feeling of being attacked by someone close to you. While dogs are for the most part symbols of loyalty, there are times when things take a different turn. If a dog is depicted as harmed or turning against its owner in a dream or story, it could, unfortunately, symbolize a betrayal of trust or a breakdown in a relationship. And although it's less common in some very specific contexts, their strong loyalty could even be interpreted as a lack of independent thought, sort of following the pack without question. In both cases, with cats and dogs, the specific context of their appearance, your personal feelings towards them, and your cultural background will heavily influence the spiritual meaning you derive. Crows, well, they hold a rich and complex spiritual meaning across cultures, often embodying both positive and negative symbolism. Their intelligence, adaptability, and mysterious nature really contribute to their diverse interpretations. Here's a breakdown of the spiritual meaning of crows, both good and bad. Positive spiritual meanings of crows often center around transformation and change. Crows are frequently associated with significant life changes, new beginnings, and personal growth. So, seeing a crow can be a message that a transformation is on the horizon, encouraging you to, embrace change and adapt. Now, when it comes to intelligence and wisdom, crows are incredibly intelligent birds known for their problem-solving abilities, memory, and complex social structures. Spiritually, they can represent deep knowledge, hidden wisdom, and the importance of observation and introspection. They may urge you to be wise in your decisions. Messengers from the spirit realm. Many traditions view crows as intermediaries between the physical and spiritual worlds. They are believed to carry messages from ancestors, spirits, or the divine, offering guidance, insights, or sometimes even warnings. In addition, protection and guidance play a role here. In some cultures, crows are seen as protectors, helping individuals navigate difficult times and providing strength during periods of hardship. They can symbolize a guiding presence, reminding you that you are not alone. Good fortune and opportunity. While less common, some interpretations link crows with good luck and impending positive outcomes. For example, seeing two crows together is often considered a sign of joy or good fortune. And adaptability and resilience are also key themes. Crows thrive in various environments, showcasing their ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Spiritually, they can inspire you to be flexible, resilient, and resourceful in the face of challenges. In some Native American cultures, crows are associated with sacred law, universal wisdom, and the balance between light and dark. They remind you really to reflect on your values and align with higher truths. This is perhaps the most widely recognized negative association. Due to their black feathers and historical presence on battlefields and near carrion, crows have often been linked to death, loss, and misfortune in Western folklore. In some mythologies, crows appear as trickster figures representing mischievousness, cunning, or even betrayal. They might symbolize a need to be wary of deceptive situations or individuals. Certain beliefs suggest that seeing a specific number of crows, for example 5 crows, or a crow behaving in a particular way, such as a low-flying group, can signify impending illness or negative events. For some, the crow's caw or sudden appearance can evoke a sense of unease or foreboding, leading to interpretations of bad luck or an impending negative event. If a crow appears in flight, some interpretations suggest it means you are repressing something in your subconscious that honestly needs to be addressed. It's important to remember that really the spiritual meaning of crows is highly subjective and varies greatly depending on individual beliefs, cultural background, and the context of the encounter. What one person perceives as a bad omen, another might interpret as a profound message of transformation. An intriguing aspect of the witch-familiar relationship is the notion that sometimes the animal itself chooses the witch. This bond might develop through mutual affinity or a special connection. For example, a crow or a cat might be, persistently drawn to a person laying claim as their familiar. This phenomenon emphasizes the idea of harmony with nature and the belief that animals can sense a witch's intent, power, or destiny. In contemporary times, the image of witches and their familiars has been well romanticized, and many people now see these animals as symbols of intuition, independence, and spiritual connection. The idea that a pet might serve as a familiar, or that a spiritual animal can actually choose its partner, really resonates with those practicing modern witchcraft or spiritual paths, emphasizing harmony with nature and mutual spirits. It's also believed, that loved ones from the afterlife might visit you in these forms. The history of witches and their familiars reveals a fascinating intersection of mythology, superstition, and cultural symbolism. Whether it's the enigmatic cat, loyal dog, or mysterious crow, these animals embody such complex qualities: mystery, loyalty, death, transformation, that have captivated human imagination for centuries. Their stories remind us of our deep connection and love for the animal world and the enduring mystery of those unseen forces believed to influence our lives. Has your familiar found you? Maybe it's a crow, or even a few crows that greet you on your way to work, or perhaps a stray cat that says hello to you, or is your beloved pet your familiar? Let me know in the comments below. I really hope you found this video insightful and interesting, and enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.